Alrighty, give me a second. I'm having some... Well, I'm not actually having any issues. I'm just pulling things up. I don't know why I was about to say I'm having issues. My issues today are anger. Definite anger. I didn't want that one. Oh, right. I was actually supposed to be writing my tweet, wasn't I? Huh. That's fine. We'll do that first. Just putting out my tweet. Hold on. Then I gotta get some things. I don't. Where is the thing? Whatever. Irritated, and I keep putting things in the wrong place, so I keep losing them. That's fine. I'll fix it in a second. Alright, that's all posted. Let's get that out of there and put the other stuff back that I need. There, that'll work. We're doing fine. That's where we'll start. Popping these other two here, just in case I can't go on forever about this, even though I'm afraid I probably can. Oops. Gonna pop up. It's old. Alright, let's see here if I need to grab anything else. Nah, I don't really care that much about that. This one. Alright, that should be enough. I already grabbed that, so that should be different. I'll leave that tab up just in case I need it. Okay, hope everyone's having a lovely Thursday. It's been interesting for my life, you know, just nothing exciting or anything, just the normal stuff. One second. Okay, that will do it, and I think... oh, I should... nope, that won't. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I'm not gonna bother with the whole just me big screen thing. It's just gonna be me, and you, and me, and mostly me. So how do I even start? It's always the question when it comes to when I want to get these kinds of thoughts out of my head. I've done these as videos before. I did one as an accidental live stream, but that was talking about gaming, and that's an entirely different thing, obviously. I don't get too concerned about really who I'm offending with my gaming takes, because at the worst they cancel me and I keep playing my video games anyway. And honestly, I guess I'm not particularly concerned about who might be mad about what I'm about to say too, because what are they gonna do? Maybe I'll lose my YouTube channel or something. It's possible. These things happen. But this makes me so angry. And I guess maybe I should start here. And every time I see this, even just this little part, seeing that woman... All right. So, to set this up better, this is in front of the courthouse where the Lindsay Clancy trial is going on. And these women are standing out there, and the fact that is a baby. That is a baby. She's out there holding her actual human alive baby in front of a courthouse where the person inside has admitted to being the one who killed her children. I don't monetize these, so I can literally say whatever I want. There's no, I don't get AdSense or anything on these live streams, so I can just say that she killed her children. I don't have to dance around the words. She murdered her children. And the fact that these women, any woman with a child, an actual living, alive child that they supposedly love, is standing out here while these psychopaths perform what? What is this? What is this supposed to do? What is even the purpose here other than trying to get attention for something? This isn't... Why would you even want this kind of attention? If you need help, if there's something wrong, if you feel like, if you truly identify with someone whose children were murdered, and apparently by her, you should be out getting yourself help. You shouldn't be out there supporting her. Now, I have seen some terrible takes about postpartum depression and psychosis and everything. Those things are real. Postpartum depression is absolutely real. Snapping while you're on drugs and causing damage, murdering people is real. It literally happened next door to me. My next door neighbor was on, I think it was Chantix, whichever one is the drug that helps people quit smoking. And he literally woke up one day and was arguing with his father and snapped to the point he just picked up a razor blade and drew it across his father's throat. I mean, his father lived. He's been in jail for, I think he was put in jail for 10 years. And it happens, but it's not the type that lets you strangle 3 children. That's not how those types of psychoses generally work. And realistically, it doesn't excuse it. Even if that is what happened, even if it was the postpartum depression, even if it was the drugs, that doesn't excuse it. If you read so many things about how she was looking for help, how she was desperate for help, well, why didn't she do the one thing that she probably could have done, which was just get someone to send her children away? Send them to her parents. Do anything other than what she allegedly did. And I only use allegedly because I don't like lawsuits and I don't have any money. And so I can't afford that. Not that anybody's likely to hear me and my rambling right now. Beyond y'all few who are here. So. And to see this, I mean, just watching this over and over and over again. How do we get... All right. No, there's a reason we're here. The first reason we're here is that people seem to think that performing empathy, because this is what this is not actual empathy. This isn't actually feeling bad for somebody. This is performative empathy. This is making people see you doing something you think is the kind thing, which is not the same as actual empathy. This doesn't help anyone. This doesn't actually do any good. All this does is put these people in a place where they can be seen by others and perform empathy together, which is a big problem on the left in general. They think performing empathy is more important than actually doing it. They think it's more important to be seen as doing the right thing as opposed to actually doing the right things. And I mean, it's very convenient for them because it's so easy to look like you care. It's so easy to say the right things and to be in the right place and everything. but it's not the same as actually being empathetic. More to the point, we have lost the plot. Somewhere along the line, we lost the ability to teach, and this goes all the way back to childhood. This really does. Somewhere in there, and gradually, actually, I mean, gradually through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and probably even further back, we lost how important it is to teach children the difference between feelings and actions, and the difference between when your feelings need to be reflected in your actions. I can feel all kinds of different ways, but that doesn't change what the right action is. I can feel guilty for something. Like, I can feel genuinely bad that something hurt somebody, but that's not going to make me do the wrong thing. I'm trying to think of a good example. I don't have one right off the top of my head right now. But if I come up with one in the next few seconds, I'll let you know. Feeling guilty. You know what? The stupid leftist shit is possibly the best example. Just because someone's ancestors were enslaved or someone grew up in a bad life, in a bad environment, doesn't mean that I have to sacrifice my life to make their life better. That does nobody any good. It doesn't mean that I have to shell out every penny I have and make myself feel, or make my life less to make their life better. That doesn't actually help anybody. Just giving people things doesn't actually help anybody. What actually helps people is teaching them how to provide for themselves and give for themselves. These women obviously don't have jobs. Are these a bunch of stay-at-home moms? How many of these even have kids that they're there? Oh my God, look at that. Is that... Oh my fucking God, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, I don't want to hear the noise here. The last thing I want to do is hear these bitches. But you got to be kidding me. That kid couldn't have been more than... Yeah. Yeah, that little girl right there. She can't be more than 12, 13 maybe? Hold on. There's a better... Yeah, right there. That little girl behind that woman's arm. Right here. Do you see her? She can't be more than 12 or 13. Why would you drag your young child out to this? What the fuck, man? I mean, this one at least isn't going to remember shit later. She's too young to know what the fuck's going on. But this one, what is she gonna learn? What is this teaching her? What's gonna happen when she gets older and understands what this was? Holy shit. That is evil to a new level. I can't believe I was just asking and then I noticed that. Wow. Okay. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. And the fact that this is a thing. Now, I'll be entirely honest. I don't listen to these things. I don't hear. I really just look. These people are crazy. So I don't need to hear their craziness. And the fact that, let me look at this. What do you mean same, Lindsay? Look at those. What is to be upset about here? They are fucking adorable children. What are they doing wrong? They're not being bad. They're not crying. They're not causing an issue. They're being fucking cute. And you're going to say same? Same what? Same that you didn't kill your children? So, what is the problem going on here? Where's the thing to be upset about? Babies cry, and it can be very upsetting for a woman who can't get her child to quiet. And that can lead to a lot of distress and stress, because sometimes you don't know why the baby's crying, and you may have done everything you possibly can. This is what leads to issues such as shaking babies, because they get so frustrated at some point, they do something stupid like shake their goddamn baby. What, are these people upset that we're saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't shake that baby when you're upset? Maybe put it down, walk away, take a few deep breaths, let the kid cry for a minute, come back and pick it up? They're upset about that, maybe? I don't know. This makes no sense to me. And I fully admit, I have no children at this point in time. I probably won't. Not because I don't want them. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I apologize. I'm going to need just a second. And, yeah, okay. We're good. Not because I don't want them, but because my life never... But because my life hasn't worked out, no. In a way that has made it possible. I mean, we're trying, but odds are very slim at this point. Which, you know, that happens. It's life. But it makes it worse when I see these people who maybe they didn't want the kids and it just happened. And they're saying these things about they're perfectly healthy, happy children. I mean, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all. Okay, sorry. It makes no sense to me at all that they would say these things. Same what? I don't get it. The same what? I'll be fine, Matt. I'm just having some emotional reactions. Which, I'm gonna be entirely honest, I hate that I'm having an emotional reaction right now. It's not... I don't like being emotional. It's probably one of the more painful things for me. But to see these people out here celebrating, I guess celebrating is the wrong word. To see these people out here excusing these things, and I mean, just look at this. What? We're talking about a woman who allegedly killed her children, and you're gonna say same while your children are doing what? One of the cutest fucking things they can possibly do. These babies aren't even crying. You're holding it and what? And rocking this. You're fucking cuddling with your baby and you're saying same. Walking down the street and it's same. Same what? You're not doing anything. You're not, nothing. Just, you're Oh my God. And look at that perfectly happy baby. It's, oh my God, and here we are. This is so performative for nothing but, nothing but attention. The fact that they're doing this is nothing but, why? There's just no reason. Oh, same. You're doing your face. What? Oh, dishes. Yes, that's a reason to want to. I would love to be in a position, to be in this position where, you know, you can work out at home with your kids. What the fuck is she doing? She's taking care of herself and she's taking care. I don't understand using your children for this. I don't understand. Why would you want this kind of attention? Why? Someone make it make sense. And then further, make it make sense why perfectly normal women who aren't this fucking psychotic have to live with the stigma that these women are creating, because there's so many of them and they're everywhere online. And yeah, you'll hear people will talk about politics. You know, you'll have an election and say, oh, well, I guess what happens on Twitter isn't real. Look, the election went this way. But then you have a bunch of crazy fucking cows posting this shit on the internet, and suddenly it's every goddamn woman. And then you get the, oh, but it's most women. You know what? I don't know if it's most women or not. I haven't sat down and run the studies. It's definitely enough of them. And it's so much about so many different things that this pisses me off on. You have things like this. And all I can say is I hope to God that she doesn't actually have kids, because as a child who grew up with some less than optimal circumstances, if there's a child in this house, they know exactly what their mother's doing. They pick it up. They know. They understand when mom's upset and when she's holding the anger in. They read that shit. And if this is how you handle your anger, then your child is going to develop some very odd, very unhealthy coping mechanisms. They're going to be looking everywhere for some way to mollify you, some way to make you feel better, because children always think it's their fault. And that's part of their natural survival instinct, is to please the big people, because the big people have the food and do the things that keep them alive. Which is another reason why it's so awful. So all this kind of thing does is conditions your child to be worried about why mommy's upset. And why does mommy go in the bathroom? Why do I hear all this noise coming from the bathroom while mommy's in there? That is a huge issue. And being in the position I'm currently in, you know, later in life, finally found a guy that would be remotely suitable, wanting to do things the right way and take care of things properly, and knowing at the same time getting what I want is a slim chance. To watch these people do this kills me. Hello, Sonic Elk. You picked an interesting time to stop by. I don't know that I would have recommended it, but it's nice to see you. And then you have, you know, I saw someone a few days ago, maybe it was just yesterday, feels like a few days ago, talking about how we're probably gonna see, oh no, I'm live streaming, so technically not bad timing. I'm just saying normally I talk about much more interesting, much less depressing shit is what I'm saying. Normally I talk about video games. No, today I'm angry. Today I'm angry and sad. That you had someone saying just the other day that it's we're probably going to see another downward trend in babies. And at this point, I only kind of blame men. Sorta, kinda. I mean, I kind of blame them because, for one, they're going to take this and apply it to all women. Humans are awful for this, and it's one of those little things that pisses me off. I have been through this sort of conversation repeatedly for different types of things. So back in the day when Gab became the Twitter alternative while they were banning everybody with any kind of opinion off of Twitter, and Gab was supposed to be all about free speech, I joined that and talking to people, gotten a lot of arguments with genuine real racists. I mean, we're not talking about people LARPing as neo-Nazis. No, these were actual neo-Nazis. These were people who genuinely believed these things and felt these ways and wanted to do things in that way. And you know what? That's up to them. I don't have to agree with them, that's for sure. But, you know, it was one of those things where you'd have the conversation, well, we don't want these low IQ people in here. So you know what? Administer an IQ test. If you want to set up a law that says people have to be above a certain IQ to come into your country, go ahead and give everyone the test. No, you can't do that. If you do that, then it's just easier to not let in black people, Indians, whatever. And it's like, well, at that point, your concern is less about the IQ and more about those people. So maybe don't use IQ as your excuse. And this is the other problem. And this is the problem we're having here is, you know, in general, people say repeal the 19th Amendment. A lot of people are joking about it. We definitely need to rethink some degree of how we let people vote, because on one hand, I don't think many of these women should have the ability to vote, but on the other hand, I also don't think a man who thinks it's okay for his son to compete in women's sports should have the right to vote. I don't like it when someone says, well, we should get rid of all of X because of Y behavior, and then you're saying, but it's okay for this specific group to have any of Y behavior because there's less of them. I'm of the opinion that if a behavior is inappropriate, is a problem, then nobody should be allowed to display that behavior. Shouldn't have anything to do with what color you are, what race you are, nothing. Nobody should be allowed to do that. It's already an issue, no matter what. If it's an issue, then it's an issue no matter what that person looks like or how they were born or anything. It doesn't matter. That should be the problem, not, oh, that's a woman. Because honestly, there are so many men out there who vote with less integrity, less forethought, do less research than I do. Why should that man have more control over my life than I do? Please, someone explain that. Why should that man have less control over my life than I do? Or more control over my life than I do? Why should anybody who votes Democrat have more control over my life than I do, realistically? Because it's not like it's pretty evenly divided. That's the sad thing, is it's not as one-sided as people think. And then you have the fact that, if women really decided to get together and vote all one way, yeah, everybody be fucked. But women don't. We don't. We're just as individual as men. But anybody who doesn't, my opinion is that you should have to take a logic test and a test on order of effects. And if you can pass those two, you can vote. Now, you're still going to do things that I disagree with, but at least I can be somewhat certain. Excuse me, at least I can feel like you tried to think. There's no way to test everybody to make everybody have the right opinion, and you shouldn't, because the right opinion is sometimes the wrong opinion. There has to be a diversity of thought. There has to be people who look at things in different ways. You have to take into account the fact that things are different and leave room for individuality. That's just what you have to do if you want a free society, if you want a society that moves ahead, that is compassionate. But the problem is, right now, because of so many different issues, because of public schooling, because parents not being involved with their children, because the way psychology has been levied against the people. I don't know a better way to say that. You end up with all these people who don't actually think. You end up with, I will be honest, some of this is in that some people aren't capable. They can't do it. And that's not necessarily a ding against them. It's, how do I put this? It's just the way it is. Some people just aren't made to do certain things. It's part of the problem of where we are. We are in such a spot where people think, well, I'm this smart. Surely everybody else is at least this smart. And you have to remember, no matter how smart you are, at least half of the people, for the most part, are less intelligent than you are. There's always, if you are capable of reading, there are a large number of people who are less intelligent than you are. And you can't design a world for people who are you can't design the world for people who are too highly intelligent. You can't design the world for people who are stupid. It's got to be a way for people of all kinds to find their own way, realistically. You can't force anybody into anything, because that's where you end up with issues. A good example, workforce currently. I see a lot of people talk about, we should only work 4 days a week and have these many hours off because it would make everybody so much happier. And no, there's a lot of people out there, and this I do fully believe is part of the problem. There are a lot of people out there who really need more to do. They need more structured time that calls for their attention, maybe even places them under a little bit of stress, keeps them focused so that they don't have their minds wandering off to do stupid things like, I don't know, show up at a court hearing for a woman who allegedly killed her children and celebrate her. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe, just maybe, those women would be better off if they had more to do. Something that keeps them actually with a task. A lot of work, a lot of people aren't capable of self-directing. And so having something that helps them direct that energy makes their lives better. Because they don't know how to direct themselves. So maybe if they worked just a little more or something, I don't know, some kind of program. That's the thing, is I don't know how to make them do that. It's not a problem I have. When I'm bored, I have so many different hobbies and shit that I can go do instead of sitting here and obsessing about what my next door neighbor's doing. Or being worried about, you know, many things. I mean, I have 5 dogs, 2 cats, I have a husband, I have my mother, I have gaming, I have crochet, I have reading, I have embroidery, I cook, I garden. My time is full. My issue is that I don't have enough money. That's my issue. I need more money. I don't need more time. Well, no, I need more time. I need more time too. But mostly I need more money. Because, I mean, if we want to talk about things stressing, that my husband and I should not have gone on that trip because everything has decided to go wrong kind of all at once. And so now all of a sudden that was money we spent that could have gone to so many other things right now. And, you know, it would be great. Maybe I'll buy a lottery ticket because that's about what I need right now. Oh boy. You know, that is something I should mention before we get to the end of this is I'm probably going to have to suspend doing this for a little bit, probably a couple weeks at least. Because I'm going to have to find more work to do. Because I've got some bills and shit coming up that that have to be paid, and as much as I love doing this, it doesn't pay the bills. So that will be next week we won't be doing this at least. We'll see how it works the week after. But I will keep everyone updated on that, how that's going. I'll still be doing the gaming streams just because those are late in the evening and don't interfere with the periods of time in which I can work. But, you know, just a heads up. Anyway, to actually talk about what's going on here is this woman, or supposedly, I mean, this could be fake. It really, very likely to be fake. And it says, you're really breaking up with me over a fucking opinion. And this fella says, I'm not breaking up with you over an opinion. I'm breaking up with you because that opinion showed me a fundamental difference in our values. I can have compassion for someone struggling mentally without excusing what happened to those children. If I'm choosing someone to potentially be the mother of my kids, I need to trust their judgment completely, especially when it comes to protecting them. What you said created a doubt in me that I can't ignore or gamble my future children on, which, totally fair. 100% justified. You know what? This would be better off if more people just said this shit. We are so used to walking on eggshells, and honestly, men, it would be better if you just started saying these things to women. Oh my God, if they start crying, just walk away. It's the same thing. This, we looping back to one of my other issues. This is one of those issues. Just because someone is crying, just because someone is upset, just because someone is hurt does not mean that you have to fix it. It sucks when somebody's hurt. It sucks when somebody's upset. But you know what? Sometimes people have to be upset. Just like exercise, emotional control is an exercise. You have to be upset. You have to feel those feelings so that you can then learn to control those feelings so that you can then become a better person. If you are upset about something, if someone has said something to hurt you, it is not on them. Well, I mean, sometimes it's on, in certain situations, it is on them to do something about it. But, if you are passively hurt by a situation, let's put it that way. If you're passively hurt by a situation that has nothing to do with you, exercise some self-goddamn control, take a few deep breaths, maybe reflect on why it's upset you, and then move on with your life. In this situation, I can understand why the woman would be upset. I mean, yeah, so she said something stupid like, gee, it was that woman doesn't deserve this for killing her kids. No, she deserves this for killing her kids. Absolutely. And she needs to figure out why that might bother people. Instead of telling me that I have to be sympathetic to a woman who has killed her children, you need to come back, or you need to just shut the fuck up, honestly. Do not come here and tell me that I have to feel sympathetic to a woman who has killed her children. Not when the woman had every chance to choose any other option. There are literal government agencies that will come and take your children if things are that bad. Now, I don't necessarily advocate for that because the government has a tendency to fuck up children more than anything else. But if you're really that hard up, if you really don't have the ability to deal with it, then there are options. There are so many options. So many options. I would almost bet you could go to your next door neighbor and say, yo, I'm thinking about killing my kids. You mind holding on to them for a little bit? So that I don't do something totally fucking stupid? I'm pretty sure a lot of neighbors would go, sure. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing, it's frustrating and it's fucked up. And there's so very many issues with what's going on right now. And it's like, obviously I'm not sane. Look at me. I am here on the internet as a tentacle-faced monster. I am not sane. I'm not normal. I'm not usual. All of those things are true. But at the same time, I'm not this fucking crazy. I have healthy outlets for my issues, for my insanity. I have found places and ways to exercise them that does not involve harming others other than maybe through my words, in which case, if my words hurt you, fuck off. If anything I have said here today has caused you harm, I don't care. Truly, deeply, go fuck yourself. There are times and places I will feel bad for hurting people when it is appropriate. Hello, passive. But most of the time and places, no. Just no. No. You know what? I'm going to move ourselves off this topic. We've got about 10 minutes left, which I can rant and ramble. And we are going to talk about just a little bit of video game stuff, just to to clear my mind a little of this bullshit, I thank you guys for coming and listening to me bare my fucking soul. I apologize for anything that might have sounded like crying. I did not mean to expose you to that. Anyway. Funny news, since I need to move on to something far less, emotional. Sony retools Horizon Hunters Gather. Hunters Gather. I think it's Hunter Gatherers? What? Hunters Gathering? What? Is that really the title of this shit? Hold on. I gotta look that up, because that sounds like a fucked up title. Yeah, that's I'm not sure about that. So Horizon. Oh no, that it literally. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, no, the title is actually Horizon Hunters Gathering. You know, I thought it was Horizon Hunter Gatherers, which makes more sense in my mind and actually could make for a really cool MMO, you know? You got people who go out and do hunting stuff, and you have people who do farming shit.
Fresh meat, member. Welcome. The robes are in the mail.
Thank you, Matt. That actually, getting to hear that and being gifted a sub at the same time really lifts my mood. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. But yeah, so no, that is the actual title, Hunter's Gathering. I guess I didn't really read it before. I probably should have done so. So, yeah, so apparently they want the game to be, they're scrapping the live service elements and the game may face cancellation. Here, I'm just going to open this real quick. Excuse me. It is the same franchise as Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, but as far as I'm aware, it is not a placeholder name. It's a... I mean, this was supposed to be their live service. I don't know if... What kind of specific plan they'd had for it. I do know they recently did like a play test and people did not like it. It did not go well. So, yeah, they're saying Sony now wants Hunter's Gathering to be a traditional multiplayer game with a story mode and a far smaller scope as opposed to the live service game it was planned to be. And just, you know what, I'm going to switch to this really quick. Hold on a second. So that you can see this picture I'm looking at. It's horrible. Look at this. This is awful. But then again, it was awful from the get-go. I mean, from what I understand, there's a lot of Concord-esque stuff going on in this, but what the fuck is that? That big... Maybe hold on. I'm gonna fix that. Because I don't think you guys can see where I'm pointing. Okay. Cancel that. Oh, alright, went over. Anyway, the big one there in the... What the fuck is that? Anyway. Looks like more of a parody game than a movie. Yeah. Yeah, so, the whole point seems to be getting a live service game based on a popular existing franchise up and running. Something Bloomberg notes Sony has tried and failed to do in the past.
Fresh meat. Member, welcome. The robes are in the mail.
Thank you again, Matt. I gotta check. Isn't it supposed to be changing between... Oh, I'll look at that later. Should work. I gotta check some. Because this is supposed to have a... Oh, no. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's just... Is it? No, that's right. Anyway, I'll just have to look at that later. Yes, it is. There's more than just the woman who never eats. Yeah, no, you're completely right. No, there's absolutely nothing good in this picture. The whole thing is awful. It's very, very Concord. I mean, when you remember the character designs in that, oh my god. Seem to be getting live service which they failed before. Live service games set in God of War, The Last of Us, Marvel Spider-Man were canceled, costing Sony hundreds of millions of dollars and years of development time. And of course, there was the Concord disaster. Colon. Why do I keep saying colon? Colin. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Colin Moriarty. I got it. I spoke extensively with someone who worked on Concord, and so much worse than you think. So yeah, that was so bad. Horizon Hunter Gatherers may follow suit, as Bloomberg has heard that while still in active development or redevelopment, Guerrilla devs have until December to wow Sony executives with their new version of the game. If they fail to excite anyone, Sony is pulling the plug, and the devs will be reassigned to another game that will be evaluated at the end of the year. While Bloomberg doesn't reveal what that game is, it is unlikely to be the third main Horizon game, which is in its very early stages and has only a tiny team of guerrilla developers working on it. Oh my god. I blame the fact that I was trying to cry earlier. Anyway. They really did some terrible things to her face. But yeah, not surprised at all about this. Live service games, man. I don't know why they keep trying to get in on live service games. It's not worth their time. It's definitely not worth their money, and it's not working out. But even if it's one of those things, because I hear the wanting to shift like this, even if they do get something out, it's gonna suck. Because anytime you have these left turns in these games, it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. You destroy everything on the way through. I mean, I don't know. But one last thing I wanted to cover before we call it a day. So I actually, you see this adorable animation here. I'm gonna
I'll put this in.
actually, I want you to start at the beginning for you, and I might find some of the other stuff that they've done. So this is actually based on a webtoon that somebody I know has created. She and her husband ran a Kickstarter for it. They're going to be making a cartoon. We all know how I feel about hand-drawn animation, which is to say that I love it. They're putting so much work into this. The creator, Francesca, has put so much work into these comics over the years. They're really funny. They're really cute, really family oriented. But this is the little clip they have up right now. Oh, God damn it. Did I mute it? I muted it. I'm an idiot. I apologize.
Choice. I'll put this in right away.
Vincent T. Litterbox, I am very, chin up a little, do fancy hands, disappointed in you. Oh my goodness.
Choice.
So, yeah. Those are really cute, but let me find you something a little more. So, like, this is one of them, one of our comics. Can you find the treasure chest? Yeah. Fantastico. Shall we open it? No. I said no and throws it at the TV. That's funny. Here. This is like the in-between animation stuff they're doing.
Do your teeth. I did. No, you didn't. How do you know? Teeth. Are you back in bed?
I'll start tomorrow.
Get up. Has this been here since last year? Where is your other shoe?
Just one is cool.
No. Go, go, go. Stop. Lying smiles. Go, go, go! Do your teeth.
I did.
No, you didn't. How do you know?
So, I mean, like I said, they're very, they're very family oriented, very nerd oriented too. I guess I'll leave that smaller. You know, look, mommy, I solved it. You get that talent from me. Wait, they're not stickers anymore. Look, mommy, I solved it. And she's very, I mean, and this is, like I said, it's all family stuff. He left in his car again. What if something happened to him? What if he never comes back? Okay, when did he leave? 2 minutes ago. I'm beside myself. And the dog mom tore up the couch, probably talking about her husband. And it calls, he's back! Honey, I just went to check the mail, but the mailman got away again. And yeah, they're doing cartoons based on that. And the fact that these are all just adorable and hilarious. Some of them are some of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen. In the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
It says we should employ active listening and validate their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
He slapped me in the face. He hit me in the nuts.
Sounds like you're both square then.
Empathy is the bridge to your child's world.
Mm-hmm.
Aww. It says we should...
Anybody who's had a sibling knows that one. Yeah.
If I go down for this, I'm taking you with me.
I didn't hear you complaining earlier. You knew the risks.
Well, there's no going back now. We take this to our graves.
The kids must never know we got ice cream without them.
Well, a pink spoon. Smells like vanilla. And rocky road. And lies.
You gotta believe us. It was all your mother's fault. If I go down for this...
That is so cute. But yeah, Litterbox Comics. They're going to be, like I said, they did a Kickstarter. They're going to be releasing cartoons on their channel here soon. If you want to check out more of them, Here, let me drop this in the chat so that y'all can go and visit it. I'm very excited to see these cartoons. I think they'll be great. Ghost House is her husband. He does his own stuff. He hasn't been as regular about it. I wonder if he has any of... Because I love his little comic that he does. Obviously, he paints minis too. They're both very nerdy people. Sweetest people. Sheep and I got to meet them when we were in Houston for Anime Matsuri a few years ago. This is one of his art. He does some cool shit. I love his style. It's very interesting, but he has, what is it? Do they even have? Does he have it? Here we go. Grizzly Comics. Here we go. Yeah, like this one is cute. All right, let's take a look at the local. Too many heads, not enough heads. His are just cute and funny in that darker way I enjoy. But it's been a little while, it looks like. That's unfortunate. Still, fun stuff. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. We are going to do looking at video game stuff tomorrow. Just to round out the week before I have to take the extended break for, monetary reasons. But I will come back to this. I do enjoy it. If I get the extra time, I will post it on X, and you will find it in my Discord when I'm going to be doing these things. But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out and listening, talking, whatever. Means the world to me. But I'm gonna go feed the dogs. How monetary what? Yep, but I'm gonna go, feed the dogs, pet the cats, enjoy some more madness. Y'all are great. I hope you have a great Thursday. And I will see you again, guys. Take care. Oh wait, I should probably see if there's anybody to raid out to on YouTube. Should I? Huh? This is a good idea. Hold on. I almost left, because I keep meaning to do that, and I keep forgetting. Because I don't know how to do it. The cat waters his goddamn self. God, that cat is ridiculous. We won't even talk. Sam's an ass. Let's here. Redirect. Add. Other channels. That's... Abomination AJ. Oh, here. I'll send you over to AJ. Alright, there. Now we're gonna end the stream. Okay, guys. Tonight will be a stream. Neo 3. Tomorrow. Talking about video games tomorrow night. What's that game called? 7 Days to Die. That's what's going on. So, take care of yourself. You guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later.